All right. We are here for another week of Beyond the Gates. Hello, Aaliyah Hunter in the chat. You're gonna have to correct me on names because I'm terrible at names. Hello, Kaiwan. You did not miss anything last week, honestly. Well, that's cool that you were doing a play of Shrek, Kaiwan. I think this should be hopefully a much better week of Beyond the Gates. I don't know about today specifically. The spoilers seem kind of ho hum. I think it's more setup. Hello, Aliyah. Did I say it right or is it Aliyah? Oh, look, a new promo. We got an Impaler promo. Aliyah, thank you. Let me try and get comfy. As usual, I will say I'll be typing my notes for the review later, and my Paramount Plus stream is usually a minute behind anybody watching on CBS. But we are starting with the recap. Hello, Bookcello. Welcome back. It's Cotillion Day. Nicole's there, of course, because she's in every single episode. That's cool. Yeah. How was your cotillion? Were you the did you win? I don't know how cotillion works to be honest, but hopefully you were more like Samantha than Francesca. Hello, Lulu. Lovely afternoon to you too. Hello, Diane. Hello, Z Hicks. Or Eva back there is making looks. Well, that sucks, Aaliyah, that they were catty. I guess they were Francesca. Yeah, Z Hicks, at least you get some Bill and Danny flashback. Listen, I'll take a flashback over any weird fantasy that Danny or Andre are having. I agree, Bookchella. Everyone is looking really good. Well, I don't love Nicole's makeup, but everybody else. And I think the Impaler stories is on today. It should be. It was in the spoilers. At least fucking Ashley and Grayson are on today. That's why I put Ashley in my thumbnail. Jacob and Ren. Because of you, Jacob. Of course, it's his mom's stuff. I mean, this is a huge step for Grayson. You know, had sex with a girl a few times. Let me give you power of attorney over my mom. What? It's absurd, I tell you, absurd. Let's see what y'all are saying. Kaiwan says, "What is you trying to do? An accent? Who's doing an accent? Jacob, as his undercover persona." Aaliyah says, "Why would Grayson give Ashley all his business? Doesn't he have anyone?" That's what I'm saying. It's a bit extreme to give your fuck buddy power of attorney over your mom. Bookshelf says Grayson doesn't have any other family or friends. That's how they're making it seem. Listen, Tide's gonna get these commercials in with Beyond the Gates. Bobby Wobby says, "I thought Grayson was broke. What is he gonna give? Actually, Bill's great, great question, Bobby. Gonna give Ashley his mother's bills. Z Hicks asks, "How sick is Grayson's mother?" Well, we never see her, so who knows? But she has Parkinson's. I don't know what stage of Parkinson's, or if there even is stages of Parkinson's. I think there is. I think it just gets worse. I agree, Bochala. Bochala says they want us to root for Grayson, but have never shown us anything personal about him or his mom. Yeah, there's not very good development in most of these new characters. Even Deanna, as much as I like her, I could we could see her more so that there's more to her. I feel like they started to do a good job with Lynette only to kill her off. Aaliyah says, I don't know how much action we're going to get today. I don't think much. I think today is a setup for the rest of the week. Bobby says, who drew up the will? Mike? Probably. Leah, I don't know where Laura is. We haven't seen her in a long while, I feel like. They like to bring her back every few months to remind us that Leslie tried to kill her, but then it goes nowhere. Yeah, Z Hicks, I think today is about the beautiful gowns. Although Danny kind of looks like a Dr. Seuss character. Yeah, Leah, they do a lot of stopping and starting these stories. I hope Jessica wins the platinum dev or whatever it's called. Because Samantha winning's too predictable, and Francesca can't win because she's like her grandma, bitchy. I mean, Kaiwan, she's not completely cured. I'm just glad they're moving on from the cancer storyline. Aaliyah agrees that Jessica should win. Z Hicks says, waiting for Leslie to enter uninvited. That's probably going to happen, try to happen. Nicole wishes she and Ted were getting along real good. Bobby says, you would think we would see Laura more than Mona since she is supposedly Nicole's assistant. You would think. I mean, we don't see Mona that much either, I guess. Aaliyah says, I want Chelsea to run out crying and trip on her gown. I mean, yeah, I think it should be something like that. I think Chelsea should have a bad experience. Bookchala does not want to see Leslie. It feels inevitable to see Leslie at some point this week. Maybe not today. Of course, Andre not in the pictures. Chelsea is looking good, Bobby. I don't know why they don't have even a dress like last week. I just saw June now. She does look good in her dress. June cleans up well if they let her. Everyone in the chat enjoying June today. I don't know why they're acting like so many people had to put June together. Bill always feels like he's missing out, Haley. And now Bill has questions about her past 2 years later. Let's go to the chat. You all were enjoying June. Aaliyah said June looks amazing. Bobby Wobby made a shocked face at June. Bochala says June is looking pretty. Bobby says June finally shows her shape. Lulu says June looks beautiful. A lot of praise for June today. I agree. Bobby Wobby says, that's it, Bill. Pride in her family business. It is about time that he at least attempts to ask those kind of questions. Carmen says, Bill is asking Haley questions he should have asked before they got married. I agree. I agree with that. It's about 2 years too late. Bookchala says, oh, now he's curious. He's over a year late. Exactly. Aaliyah says, now here we go with Bill. Now he has questions after you married her. Well, if we learned anything about Bill over this past year, he's kind of slow. He's a lawyer and all, but he's kind of slow. Bobby says, hey, Lulu, I remember you from another watch along chat. Yeah, Lulu's in here a lot, I feel like. Lulu says, Bill sounds like a fool not knowing Haley's past before marriage. Bill is a fool, unfortunately. You know how they write the guys on this show, weak or dumb or both. Oh, it's getting a little hot today. Guess summer is approaching. Bobby asks, "Would you consider Andre to be a Beyond the Gates dummy or borderline?" I don't think Andre's dumb, but I think they've made him weak in this marriage with Danny. You think we'll actually get to see Tokyo if they all go to Tokyo? Aaliyah says Andre is weak for Danny. He is. Welcome, Phoenix Rising. It's the Cotillion pre-show today. Book Chalice says, I like Chelsea, but no one is checking for those triangle boxes she called bags. Aaliyah says, there may be a Tokyo, so I doubt it. I'd be shocked. Carmen says, Ashley can't even handle her own business. True. No, Grayson, you don't have a right to ask. I mean, I guess that's one way for Grayson to help his mom is die and have his life insurance go to help her. I mean, Phoenix, I think today is going to be more of a setup episode, but do hope that this week overall will be a lot better. I think Grayson is being absolutely ridiculous. Jacob has to get this bread. Bookchild says they want us to believe Ashley and Grayson are endgame. It's ridiculous. Derek got to meet with Leah. I mean, old poor Derek could be the one that ends up dead. Phoenix says, "What if Doug's the Impaler? That would liven up the insomnia-inducing show. It would be off the wall. It would be quite a change of character for him if he is." Bobby says, "We're not going to see Grayson's mother unless he is bumped off." Maybe. Yeah, Phoenix may be slightly better than Insomnia today. Aaliyah says, "I was thinking Derek might be the one." It is possible, which would kind of suck for Derek. I don't know what this show sees in Ashley that they couldn't have just gotten from Derek, to be honest. I always thought Derek was the slightly better character. Bobby says, Jacob doing 90s blaxploitation dialogue. It was a lot. Devin says, good, good. Y'all aren't sleeping today. Not today. It's not the worst. It's not totally sleep inducing today. There's plenty of lovely gowns. Aaliyah says, Derek dead, Jacob grazed, and Leah in cuffs. I can see that, unfortunately for Derek. Phoenix says, I read that Leah's last day on her contract is May 26th. She's the one who dies, I guess. That's next week, though, and I think someone might die this week. So that's interesting if it is the 26th. Devin says, Jacob dead. I just don't see it. Even though that's how they set up the entire storyline, teasing that something might happen to Jacob and come between him and Naomi. I just don't see them pulling that trigger, literally. But I wouldn't hate if they did it. Then we can have our future Naomi and Ashley pairing. Bookchild says they're not getting rid of any dead weight on this show, so someone else like Leah to me. That's what I think too. That's why I think Leah, because they just don't want to get rid of the dead weight that they need to get rid of. Phoenix says, I don't want Derek today. I actually like him since they got him away from Ashley. Same. I mean, I want Ashley to die. If anybody is supposed to die in this story, it should have been Ashley. Aaliyah says, Jacob's sloppy police work would make you think he's the one. True, I agree. But last week there were Elon and Marcel were like, Jacob's doing such a great job on this case. He's such great undercover. No, Devin, and he is not going to die. Although imagine they have her survive cancer and then she dies because of the Impaler storyline. Now that would be a dark turn, but everybody would be pissed. Bobby says they don't have enough cops on screen to get rid of Jacob yet. I mean, if it means we can see more Elon, I'm cool with it. Yeah, she was on Law and Order a lot. She was a yeah, Bobby. I was wondering the same thing. I thought that was gonna be. Bookshell says, "We have Marcel. At least he can connect the dots." I thought Marcel did a better job of doing police work last week than Jacob. Aaliyah doesn't like Naomi's look tonight. Some looks are definitely better than others. I like Danny's look, but she also looks like a Muppet. Phoenix says, OMG, no to Ashley Naomi. Shanice needs to be at the hospital daily, and Ashley can be on every now and then. And then characters like Laura and Mona. I mean, they're not going to make Ashley go away, though. So I'd rather they just put her with Naomi. Makes sense of how much Naomi is all up on her all the time, following her to work like a bodyguard. Devin says Danny never has a bad look. She does usually have some of the better looks. I also like Andre's look. Yeah, maybe it could be better if they recast Ashley Butchell. I just don't see it happening. Hello, DGF. Welcome. You don't like June's current wig or the wig she's about to get? Maybe Grace and a die, so I don't have to hear these two have their ridiculous scenes anymore. I mean, this could be hinting that Grayson dies. I sure hope so. Z Hicks says Danny must have picked Andre's look, no sweater. Andre looks good today. Devin says Randy trying to find out if she really is a Mona. Oh my God, Devin, I hate you. DGF says giving Ashley this responsibility is a red flag. Yeah, it's a bit extreme. DGF says Grayson and Ashley's giving love bombing. Yeah, it's giving Jeremiah and Huda from this past Love Island season. Book Chow says a few months ago, Ashley made it seem like Derek didn't deserve to live because he wanted to surprise her for a wedding day with his recovery, gracing nothing but sympathy. It's absurd, Bookchella. But yet I'm supposed to root for it. I'm supposed to find it romantic. DGF says, I've never watched Love Island. Please recommend a season to marathon. Season 6 of Love Island USA. Phoenix Rising says Randy and June. You want a Randy and June pairing? I mean, it'd be better than Randy and Mona for me. I feel like that would be a way better pairing. Devin is into Survivor hardcore. This season 50 is good. It's a no for me. I can't do Survivor anymore. It's not the show I first liked long ago. It was cringe. Those were cringe scenes between Randy and Mona on Friday or Thursday, whenever it was. It reminded me of when I used to work at a grocery store and very old women would say too much things to me, and I'd be like, I don't know what to do. But Randy was playing into it, so it was worse. Devin says Rizzo's not winning that damn show, Devin. And if he does, then what a joke. I see we're in our local commercials because every time they're local commercials, I get nothing but goddamn ads for elections. Devin, you got stories. Devin said, I used to flirt with my old band teacher. She was old and a big lady, but her husband was the chorus teacher. So he'd get stupid jealous of us hitting on her, and she loved it. I mean, that's pretty funny. Bookchild says Randy worked good with Lynette. They should have had him and Lynette scam Haley instead of getting rid of her. Yes, that would have been the best thing to do. Maybe that's what they're doing, but I don't trust the writers, so she's probably dead. Aaliyah says no to the church lady and Randy. Agreed. DGF says Jacob's slang and hood accent was giving Huggy Bear. I'm not sure what that reference is, but let me Google it. Starsky and Hutch, never seen it. I miss it. Did Haley just poison a drink? Yeah, Phoenix, I barely watched this season of Survivor. Yeah, the poison is back. It pops up about once a month these days and goes nowhere for Bill. Yeah, Devin, when I do a game with new people, you're going to have to be on. The last game I did was with returning players. It won't air for a while because it takes forever to edit, but okay, Haley. I wish Jessica wasn't going to shitty UCLA because I actually do like the character. Bobby says, "Don't Haley know that some bars have cameras overhead?" You would think, but I don't think these places in Fairmont Crest have cameras allegedly. DGF says, "I'm old, and even I know the writing is helmed by someone older than me." Yeah, she is the oldest head writer for a soap opera. I don't know of all time, but certainly recent years. I guess we're gonna get our Grayson and Derek confrontation. Bookchella asks, when will they finally get dressed? Probably at the end of today's episode or tomorrow's episode. Kaiwan, are you calling Grayson a sneaky bastard? What's a Tiger Woods drink? Doesn't sound like Vernon should be drinking a Tiger Woods. He'll end up in a car accident. I mean, Kaiwan Grayson is a sneaky bastard. Bookchella says it would be funny if Derek figures out what's going on after Jacob stood in an alley for months. That would be funny if somehow the fireman was a better detective than Jacob. Carmen asks, "Where does Grayson's mother live?" Think he made it seem like she's in some sort of care home or something. Bobby Wobbly says, "Arnold Palmer have a drink, so I guess the NAACP suggested the writers to give Tiger Woods a drink." Well, you don't need a drink. DGF says, Hoogie was Starsky and Hutch's top informant, the stereotypical low-level black criminal of 70s crime series played by the great Antonio Fargas, who was AMC's bougie Les Hubbard. Well, he was talking like he was in the 70s, so that is probably a good reference. DGF, I wish there was more Jesse and Angie on YouTube to watch because I always enjoy anything I've ever seen from that era of All My Children. Bookchella says she's in a nursing home, is where Grayson's mama is. Exactly, Aaliyah. A Tiger Woods will make you crash your car. That has to be Carmen, I assume. I mean, honestly, last week I needed some Tiger Woods drinks just to get through these boring episodes, so can't blame Vernon, I guess. And he's sipping it down. I wasn't hammered, Devin. I wish I was hammered. I don't know. I don't know if I love the wig on June. The other one was better. Yeah, DJF, there's not enough of All My Children or One Life to Live from the 80s. Here go Naomi. Gonna use the phone that's only for emergencies. Now where's Derek? There he is. Lulu says June needs a necklace on. Bookchild says they shall let June wear her own hair. I think her own hair doesn't fit the character, and that's why they don't do it. DGF says it's a shake and go wig. Devin says, me and the miss have been watching My Wife and Kids. That is a great show. Aaliyah says, the cops already know. I guess Jacob and Elon do. Yeah, Devin, people on Twitter, the cat stands on Twitter do not like Eva at all. Oh, that contingent has gotten quieter over the past year, which I'm thankful for because they used to come up in my comments sometimes. When all I would say that cat needs better writing because she does. DGF says in real life, the actress who plays June has gorgeous blonde pixie that I hope the avant-garde Eva would transform into June's hair, which would dodge the character issue. That's true. That could have dodged the issue. I have seen her hair before. Bobby says they write Cat like she's in high school. You could say that for a lot of characters. Kyle and Carlton and their love triangle. Did she book Chell? I don't remember. I mean, yeah, Kaiwan, they need to write Tyrell and Jessica and Samantha more like high schoolers. I feel like they're all written so stiff. Yeah, I agree, Bobby. Before the divorce, Nicole was definitely written like an adult. Since Love Triangle, not so much. Book Child says old people are writing teenagers like it's 1955. Seems that way. Here go Rashad. He is for show ready. Think Derek's gonna follow Grayson and get shot. I hate this Ashley and Grayson part of the story. It's so absurd. Over a few times of sex. Whatever happened to June's little crush on Ted? Not that he needs another woman. I mean, Samantha is making a grand entrance. The walk's a bit dramatic, but I mean, honestly, I feel like that was a pretty good set of episodes for the rest of the week. Let's see, Aaliyah is crying. Must be memories of your cotillion. Samantha does look beautiful, I agree. DGF says Anita's makeup is always outstanding. They always take their time on Anita and her storylines. Z Hicks says, beautiful Samantha. Bobby says, I agree, Book Chala, because when Tyrell was getting bullied for wearing boxer shorts, it was too unbelievable because I remember girls and boys wearing boxer shorts like regular shorts in the 90s. They do need to go to more extremes with the kids. Denise says, I believe Derek is going to die. That's a possibility after this episode. DGF says, it's too David's bridal for me. Fair. Book Chalice says, Derek is probably going to chase after Grayson screaming, what did you say about Ashley? I think so too. Devin says, last time Samantha had on a dress like this was for her prom 10 years ago. Yeah, her real life prom. The actress's prom 10 years ago. All right, I must go get ready to record the review at some point today. I want to thank you all for joining me. A lot of people today. Hopefully that stays this week since it's supposed to be